Okay, tomorrow is March 1st. It's the first month and ninth day in our calendar. We all know that 9 and 1 are their favorite numbers. If anything happens tomorrow, it's not surprising. The next day, March 2nd, is in our calendar the first month and 10th day, which is the day that Jesus entered Jerusalem before he was crucified. And it's at the same time as March 2nd is 3-2, right? So including the year is 32223, and the number that reads the same backward and forward is supposedly their favorite time to do high ritual. On top of that, it was the day that Jesus entered Jerusalem before the crucified. If I would expect the major trigger event could happen on the March 2nd. And leading up to March 3rd, which is Friday, 3-3, which means 3-2-2-3-3. 3-2 is reference back to 322, that secret society. And then 3-3 is anything that is double number, same number repeating, like 1-1-2-2-3-3, etc., to 1-1-1-2-2-2-3-3-3, etc. You get what I'm saying, are their favorite numbers in doing certain types of rituals. So the 10th day, it will be on the Thursday to Friday, which is March 2nd to March 3rd. Then the following Monday to Tuesday is the 14th day of the first month in our calendar, which is the day that Jesus was crucified. And it's March 6th and 7th, so 3-6 and 3-7. Again, 666, 777. And then the Thursday and Friday is the first day, 17th day, which is the day that Jesus ascended to heaven. Briefly, he resurrected and ascended to heaven. So it will be 3-9, so 999, and March 10th is 13, right? And Saturday is 3-1-1. The Monday to Tuesday, March 13th to 14th is the 21st day of the first month in our calendar. So 3-1-3, 3-4. 3-1-4, of course, everybody knows is the pi number. And at the same time in our calendar is the 21st day of the first month. So 21st is 3 times 7. And let's see, the pi number is related to 7, the number 7. So it's very significant starting, I would say, Thursday, March 2nd, into the first half of the month. Then Thursday, Friday, March 16 to 17. So it's 316, 317 is the first month of 24th day in Elok calendar, which is related to Daniel. He was praying and fasting for 21 days and nobody come to rescue him. And then the 24th day, I think Archangel Gabriel came to answer his questions and comforted him, you know. So 316, if you eliminate the 1, so it's again it's 36, 666, and then 317 again, 37, 777. And the 17, the number 17 is again is related to their favorite number to do ritual because it's also related to 9 and 1 and 1. The numbers. So that's why I say starting from Thursday, March 2nd into the whole half month, first half of the month is the high watch time. And then the 27th day, let's see, the 27th day is 19th to the, 20th to, okay, no, it's 19th to the 20th, sorry. 19th to the 20th, so 319, 320. So again, it's 999 and 32, 32, and then adding the number of the year is 223. So 32223. It's the 27th day, which is the day that Jesus ascended to heaven. The last time he came back on earth was this after he resurrected and ascended to heaven briefly on the 17th. Then he came back and stayed on earth. I don't remember how many days. Is it like 40 days or 44 days? Then on the 27th of the month, 27th of the month, he ascended to heaven. But it's not on the first month, but like it's on the 27th day. So it's the 19th Sunday to Monday, the 20th. As we are watching the news, not the, of course, not the MSM news, but the news that we've got on all those independent channels. I think they are finally ready to start the trigger event. For example, the past few days in California, they engineered the weather and create a snowfall in California. And I think Nevada also. At the same time, there's a derailment in Florida today. I think it's today. And again, leak all those hazard gas because the rescue team needed to put on hazardized suit. Let's see what else. China just moved all, not all, but like they have just moved some of their artilleries to Russia and ready to assist Russia. And then what else? let's see. Okay, so I think those are the highlights of the news for the past few days leading up to today. And I would say the high watch time, it will be this Thursday, March 2nd, because that's the day Jesus entered Jerusalem before he was crucified. So it's extremely significant. And I just want to clarify that the calendar not supposed to be fixated on the same day every year, because the moon cycle is different every month and every year, and the sun, calculate the time together with the sun rising and uh, setting. So there are some people, they still cannot get the grasp of the time. They still think that March 22nd is the first day of the year in uh, Israel. I'm not saying the Israel, that God's Israel. They still think that Israel is the location, the country. Anyway, so because they think that 21st of March is the beginning of the year, and it is not true. And they think it's the beginning of spring, and this is false. Again, the equinox on the 21st is the middle of the season, which is we are approaching the mid spring. Spring is always begins coincide with Chinese New Year. The thing is, Chinese New Year, the first day of Chinese New Year is not the first day of spring. It's few days ahead of time. Always celebrate like three to at least 3 days ahead of time. So let's say, let's see, for example, if today is the first day of Chinese New Year, 3 days later is the beginning of spring. They always celebrate the arrival of the springtime. And this year, the arrival of the spring was February 4th. Again, it's few days after the first day of Chinese New Year. And that's the tradition, they always a few days ahead of time prepare for the spring to begin, okay? So again, but the people that don't know anything, they still follow the world. They think that Israel New Year always land on April. I don't remember where which day, like April 3rd or something. I don't remember. But anyway, so that's about it on the calendar that I try to clarify. Then now something really requires some contemplating and deep thinking. I didn't realize until let's see, I think 3 weeks ago. Um, let's see. I was on a public transportation, and all of a sudden there was a beggar. She was asking for money, of course, because she was pregnant and she had HIV. She said she is pregnant for 3 months, so she was asking for money, and then her appearance was the thing that triggered my memory. Um, she was wearing a hoodie jacket and a sweatshirt like pants. So it's a whole set, same color, but like her butt was hanging. Almost half of her butt was hanging. That is the appearance. So when the first time I heard her voice, she was behind me, like far back, way behind me. When she started to say she was 3 months pregnant and she had HIV, then I was like, oh my God, somewhere in the universe, sometime ago, I've heard that same phrase before from a female again. It's exactly the same. And it, then she was going forward in front of me, walking towards the other side. And I saw her what she was wearing, and then that confirmed that it definitely is a deja vu. And the location where I was at that time, I was on a public transportation. It was moving, but it was approximately near the same incidents happened before. It was near, but it's not exactly the same. You know what I'm saying? So that was the time that I had a flashback to 2016. It was exactly the same woman, exactly the same outfit, and exactly the same scenario that she was 3 months pregnant and she had HIV. And the age wise is exactly the same. Like it's young female. The appearance and everything. And it's near where it was before when I was on the same public transportation in year 2016. There's no way that she still was 3 months pregnant, and there's no way that she's still at the same age and wear the same outfit and has the same appearance, like her half of her butt was hanging. So then I kept pondering and tried to like do some research online and try to figure out that if we are in a time loop that 2016 is repeating in itself. So then few days later I finally you know had the light bulb moment that actually the deja vu 2016 time loop, time repeating itself, it has begun let's see, during last summer, which is in year 2022. The let's see what the summertime, which is starting in June and July, somewhere between. And I just noticed that right after that incident, few days later, the pattern is similar. It's almost the same. The major events, the major life events that I am accounting encountering right now. It, the major ones are exactly the same as what I was encountering during that time, starting summer 2016. So here we go. I've done some research just briefly, and I found a few news articles that saying it feels like 2016 again. Are we doomed to repeat 2016? And then it leads to 2008. So, because a cycle is every 7 years, right? So 6 years work, and then the seventh year is resting and reward, harvest time. So 2016, and then it's 2008. So that is 7 year cycle, and then now it's another 7 year cycle from 2016. Let's see. So that is what um, you know gets me. I don't know if I should be worried or amazed, or I don't know, because I was thinking that if they collide two timelines again, a fragment of the thing happen in the other timeline will be incorporated in this timeline. So that's how two timelines combine together, collide together. And few months ago, I watched a video. I think it's from either from Open Scroll, Bob and Aaron, or from Corey Bobby, BB. So they found a video that someone on YouTube, but I tried to find that YouTube channel, but it's already gone. And that person, he analyzed the events on 9/11 in the year of that time, and he figured that there was a pyramid near the place that the event had happened. And then after the buildings collapsed, the pyramid no longer is there. And so that person, he has knowledge of occult. How do you say it? It's not ritual, but like the occult. The way they perform magic. Okay, magic. So the reason why was he was explaining they collide two timelines together, and so that's how they were able to make those two buildings collapsed and the whole world shift. So shift to a worse path than before, because they collide two timelines together. They probably collide, the timeline is a worse timeline to the current timeline at the time, and so the whole world leading to the worse timeline, you know. So we are on the worst timeline. And so now I just try to figure out what incident that they had recently last year before the summer would again they perform such a magic that they collide two timelines together and repeat 2016 events, the major ones. I'm not saying like every single thing. So are they trying to go back to a different time that because they probably guesstimate that God will eventually bring the whole world back to a certain time, like for example, year 2012, right? So they don't want to go back to year 2012. They want to go back a different time, like let's say 2016, because if they agree with God and go back to 2012, they lose, right? But if they devise God and go to a different time, not 2012 but 2016, they will think that they will have a better chance to win God. I think that's what it is. I don't know, but I'm still like doing research and try to make sense of what's happening right now. I have no idea why that the two major things that happened to me in year 2016 happened again. That two events, not events or two major events in my life during year 2016 happened again last year summer, and then the beginning of this month.